Hi Leo, this is Moonpie Tarot. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be your love reading for the next 10 days for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And as usual, some of the messages may or may not resonate. Just take what fits, leave the rest. So this will be for the next 10 days. So from the time you click on the video, 10 days going forward. If you want to get a personal reading from me, there's a link in the description box below. You just click that link and that will take you to my booking site. You can also follow me on Instagram at Moonpie Tarot. Okay, so what's going on here, Leo? How are you? Hope all is well. Let me get your cards set up here. Okay, wow. So this is going to be your person, their energy. And then the bottom row here is going to be you. What's going on with you? Okay, and then I'm going to pull some overall messages to see what's going on here. All right. Leo, a lot of the time when I do your readings, and the same with Libra, Libra always shows up in your reading. So I just want to say off the bat, before I even get started, if you're involved with a Libra, I want you guys to know that I hear you. I recognize you. Okay? I'm acknowledging you here. I don't have any Libra cards here. However, that doesn't mean your person's not a Libra. We do have fire. We do have Aquarius. We do have Scorpio. So let's just leave it at that, okay? You know who your person is. Let's take a look and see what your overall messages are for Leo the next 10 days. These cards are difficult. I'm very petite, and these cards are very difficult for me to shuffle because my hands are not that big. But let's see. Okay. Sacral chakra. All right. This represents sex, pleasure. Could be reproduction. Okay. Spiritual strength. Wow. All right. Leo, and please forgive me if I say Libra, because sometimes I don't know. It's the Lee. Somebody's name might be Lee or have the last name, first name. But there's a very strong, you two are connected through the sacral chakra. Absolutely. It's like a Kama Sutra thing. There's a very strong spiritual, sexual connection, relationship between you and your person. This is the message that's coming out. You have a 9 and a 2. 9 plus 2 is 11. So this is definitely, this connection is like a twin kind of thing, but you are connected through that sacral area. And I don't know if it's pronounced sacral chakra or sacral, but for me it feels very sacred. Okay. This is the area in this relationship where you gain all of your spiritual strength. It's like you connect there with each other, and then it's just so very elevating. So this seems to be the predominant factor in this relationship. And it also causes a lot of conflict and defeat. Okay. Now, why am I saying that? What's going on here? See, there's a struggle with managing this relationship because the predominant factor is sexual. Okay. There are some things that are missing in this connection. Other things like the emotional connection, the ability to have intellectual conversations to some degree. It's not that they're not there. It's not that they don't exist. It's just that this physical thing, I'm almost picking up that devil energy, this physical extreme attraction to each other has a tendency, excuse me, to get in the way of your ability to communicate on all other levels. Do you know what I mean? because that comes first. And when you two are not together or not connecting with one another, there's a huge void that gets felt. Not just you, but by them. And it causes a sense of feeling like if you're not physically or physically intimate with one another, there's a sense of like feeling lost or out of sync with one another. Now, I'm not saying that this is not a healthy relationship at all. It just feels like that, you know, it's like those, like when twins are away from each other, there's, you can still feel each other. It's like, it feels like a loss. Well, that's what I feel like is happening here. So, all right, Leo, your person sees you as perfectly matched. We have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Passion. Your person views you both as equally matched in your passions and your desires. Your person is very physical, okay? Or just has that within them. Because we've got like all these naked people. They very much have that healing energy about them, and they very much like to be open. You know, this is someone who will walk on the beach nude and feel completely comfortable, or be out in the woods naked and be completely comfortable. This person is like show all, tell all, reveal everything. Here's my body, here's my this, here's my that. Take me as I am. This is like a very freeing soul. They might even be an Aquarius, where they have very much like that, you know, humanitarian, you know, out in the woods collecting, you know, water for the camp, you know, just doing it nude, like a nudist or something. I know some of you are like, this is not even for me, but maybe this is somebody new you'll be connecting with, who sees, who knows. But this person, like, they're waiting for you, Leo. Your person is like, they're waiting to connect with you. This is their wand. They're holding yours. You guys must be separated right now or something. But they have your wand. And they're ready for that ace, another ace of wands. They might even like that 3 people kind of thing. And I'm not trying to get into like your real personal business here, because this is weird. But it just feels like this person, they see so much growth and progress with you. And they're waiting just to hear back from you if you're not communicating. They want to talk to you. They want to know when you're coming. Okay, no pun intended. But this very much like, I don't see anything else. They want to reconcile or have some kind of reunion with you. They see you as like a superstar to them. And you know, Leo, your person might be a superstar themselves. They might be in like the public eye in some ways, because I always say that. But you know, Leo, this person, like, you are a wish come true for them. There's something about you. It's this connection. You know, I'm not going into depth with the sacral chakra. You can go into depth if you like, but this is the first thing that was coming out to me very strongly. And they're waiting for you, waiting to hear from you is what I feel. They're so sure about you. It's really like they just feel like you're perfectly evenly matched here. And you are just like, but they're not showing it, or they're not seeing it. Yeah, well, you might be in separation right now, but there is some type of like coming back together here. Let's pull some clarifying cards. Let's take a look at the Judgment card here. This person has no shame. No shame at all. They just don't care if they're judged. They don't care what people think. They just bear all, and they just want to be authentic and be themselves as much as they can, especially with you. Okay, yeah, you guys are just kind of like, this person's just, I don't know, they're blocking the emotions right now. I feel like your person is really thinking about, they don't know what to do, is what I feel here. They don't know if they should reach out to you. They want you to come back or to connect with them, but they're not really sure if they should reach out or not. They have like some kind of a fear that you'll reject them or something, which is very strange. This person feels quite defeated at this time. I'm actually going to clarify that because I want to see what the heck is going on, because it's obvious you two are like meant for each other, like you're perfectly matched here. Oh, Ten of Swords. Your person feels betrayed by something. They've given up. They're giving up. You know, like surrendering, not like, oh, it's done forever. But this person's like, they feel betrayed. Wow. You also feel the same way. You have the Ten of Swords here. I just saw that. All right. Let's get a card for the Star. What's going on here? Oh, the Moon. The Star and the Moon. Very interesting. There's a lot of darkness here underneath that this person's not showing. There's a conflict here with this person. The star, even though it's not the sun, you know, the star is basically the sun at night. We just don't see it, right? But it's still there. But I feel like this person, there's a lot that they hide. There's an emotional imbalance, I feel, sometimes with them, Leo. I don't feel like it's really a bad thing. I just feel like they have a tendency to be, you know, they like to be out at night and stuff, and they live in like wishes and dreamland at times, but there's also like this moodiness that overtakes them at times. When they're up, they're up. Like when they're up, they're way up. And when they're down, they're super, super down. And like they want to connect with you, reconnect and reconcile and be open and share things. And then they're like adverse to love. Then they don't want it. They want it and then they don't want it. It's just bizarre to me. Look, it just keeps clarifying the Four of Cups now with this here, just like we have it here. So this person's kind of like, they become very moody and they get very dark, and then they just become, they withdraw and they become apathetic or act like they're not interested. It's a lot of back and forth with this person, even though they feel like you are a great match. But it's the passions, like I was saying. I feel like that's how you connect, mostly, with the physical intimacy, the physical passion. But there's other things missing. You know, this person does not have any sword. So there's a lack of like communicating. There's a difficulty in communicating thoughts, ideas, and talking. And there's a lack of cups. The only cup cards here are the apathy towards love, the indifference towards love. So it feels like mostly this relationship, it feels like it's based on sex. Mostly. That's where the connection is made. And that's why there's a difficulty. Now you here, look, you've got the Ace of Swords. I feel like you feel betrayed in some ways. And I feel like you're going to communicate with this person this week, these next 10 days, and tell them this. I do. I feel like you feel betrayed because perhaps they're in and out too much, or they're, you know, it's just, they're, for some reason, in some ways, like it's like you like that physical intimacy, but there's some stuff missing, and you want to talk, right? You want to get some clarity and some truth. I feel like you're going to communicate. You're going to draw your sword to this person and just like say, listen, I know the truth. You feel betrayed. Maybe they were cheating or something, or you feel like they are, because the relationship feels like it's based mostly on the physical. There are other elements to it, but you guys can't seem to come together very well or in a healthy way without the physical being there first. Like if you took that away, the question's like, okay, well, what do we have really? Like, what do we have here? Are we connecting emotionally? Are we connecting mentally? Are we connecting spiritually? You know, you derive your spiritual strength through your physical connection, which is very important to have in the relationship, but it seems to be like that's what's taken priority. And there's jealousy. There's jealousy and there's possessiveness. And there's a feeling of betrayal a lot of the time. Okay? Now you here, I see you, you want commitment, you want marriage, you want family, you want this healthy thing, but it feels like mostly your person, they're not in that energy here. And I do feel like you want more than just a physical connection. You want it to be more. But it's like every time you try to communicate with them, I feel like they take your sword and they plunge it right back into your back here. And you feel defeated. But they do as well. So I don't even know what's going to take to bridge this gap except love. I feel like you've offered your love to this person, but then you feel like you've been deceived in some way. So there's something going on here which is really confusing, because in a way you offer it and then they reject it. This doesn't mean that you propose. Some of you may have. Some of you may have like said, hey, let's get married, or you actually got down on one knee and did it. But I feel like they just keep rejecting it. This person might be love avoidant. They don't understand the concept of unconditional love. They don't want to get close. It scares them. So they just become indifferent, or they just say no, or they ignore it. Their moods, they go in really deep. Love might be very surface to this person. You know? Like, sorry, I keep sniffing all of a sudden. Maybe I'm going to cry. But love feels very surface to them. You know, they can only go so far with the emotions. And then, you know, because it affects them very deeply, their moods, you know, they have to keep it at a very shallow level. And then a shallow, like, it feels like the way they express their emotions is through the physical. But you feel like this person cheats. You feel like they're always doing something behind the scenes. Or, you know, if they're only having a physical relationship with you, you wonder, well, sorry, you wonder if they're doing that with other people as well. Or if they're going to deceive you, you know. So there's a lot of struggles. Yet this person is still waiting for you. They want to be with you. They wait to hear from you. The physical. I know I can only imagine what these comments are going to be like today. Or these next 10 days, you know, when you hear this reading. I do feel like, Leo, you try to offer your cup of love to them. But I feel like for you, sometimes it just goes down in vain, you know. So let me pull a few more cards and see what's going on. I'm going to take some cards from the Moonology deck because I want to see what your messages are here. I mean, I feel like you guys have to somehow, I feel like you try to reach this person. You really do. But then you just kind of like give up. I see you going forward. You're just like, I keep trying, but then, you know, I got to sneak away because they just don't connect with me. I know these readings should be like, oh, rainbows, butterflies. This person, I can't really, I feel like there is something there, but they can't get over the physical thing. And if you deny them the physical aspect of this relationship, then they feel like you're not interested. And they don't want the love. They want the physical. That's how they relate to the emotions. And you're a little more like, no. The only ones you have is the 1111, right? They have the 111. Like, you guys are just, there's just pieces missed. There's a piece missing. There's a rod missing here. And they're like, you want it, the whole thing, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional. You want it all. You want the whole thing to work. And they're constantly waiting for you to bring that one rod to them. And then they're like, okay, well, then this is what we have. I mean, it's confusing because it's like, you're so great physically. All right, let me stop talking and move on. Don't let your past hold you back. Very interesting, Leo. That kind of even looks like the Leo sign a little bit. So I feel like that's for you, Leo. I don't know if it's this next 10 days you're going to have to leave, walk away from this because you feel to like sneak out the back door or just be like, leave or something. You offer, because I see you either, I see you offering your love to them. I do. And then I see you, maybe it's done in vain. Maybe it's just to see if they'll take it, to see if they'll accept your cup. And I feel like if you do, they're just mostly like, okay, well, let's get together and let's just be in that, you know, like, let's be vulnerable with each other physically. But then it's like, but I don't want the love. So I don't really feel like you're gonna, you might be thinking about doing this, but you might be thinking that, oh, it's just not going to work. There's too much betrayal here, a sense of being deceived. These next 10 days, nothing is yet set in stone. You see, that's what I'm saying. There's a lack of completion here and a lot of changes that happen in this relationship. You guys, there's no consistency. It's very much in and out, but the physical aspect of this relationship is where the consistency is. There's no doubt that the physical attraction is there. It's just everything else is missing. The missing elements, but the new start is coming. A new romantic cycle begins. Oh, well, that's just it. It's a cycle, right? So I do feel like there's going to be a reconciliation coming from both ends. At some point, you guys are going to come back together. Mostly on their part, it's going to be coming back together for the physical. On your part, it's for the emotional. But there is conversation coming. You're going to be in a very truthful mindset when speaking to this person. I do feel that there is an emotion there from them, but I don't feel it's as big as the physical. So there's an apology coming. You can expect the apology you want to hear. I'm not really sure who that is for, but that person could very well be opening up and telling you that they have difficulty with love. Or they have a love avoidant kind of nature. Or there's an insecure attachment thing going on with them. Or they have a hard time. They can just be open and they want to tell you. I feel that that's part of this communication that's coming through. And it's just not anything deep and psychological. I feel like it's more along the lines of, you know what? I don't know if I can do the love thing. I can do the physical thing, but I just don't know. There's a huge issue with being open emotionally with this person. But I do feel like there will be an opening up to tell you and maybe even confirm something you already know. And that's good because that can produce healing. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Okay, so you've got mastery here. So you two are very different. Very different in your approaches and the way you do things. Different in your lifestyles. There's a lot of differences between you. And it could be anything from the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Whatever it might be, you know your differences. A new love, a recommitment to love is developing. I do feel that This relationship does have spiritual strength. It does. Like I said, the 9 and the 2 is 11. But these conflicts and this sense of defeat comes from a feeling of betrayal because it's too focused on the physical, which makes it a bit, there's somebody's jealous. There's a lot of jealousy. Either you have a lot of jealousy or they do, or possessiveness, or both of you do over each other. And that causes problems. One talks to other people and there's an issue. Or has connections from the past and there's an issue there. I don't know exactly who it is, but it's somebody here. I hope that you can forgive me one day. Wow. I think somebody's here going to apologize and ask for forgiveness. I do feel that there is love here. I was saying that, but this relationship needs to go beyond the physical. I remember every detail of that day. Okay. This person, Leo, thinks about I have to say it because this is how it's coming out. This person thinks about your physical connection. The first time you were together was a huge wow moment for them because you two are like on fire together when you're together. They've never been able to get that out of their head. This person is trying to become a better person. But this addiction, remember I told you I was feeling the devil card here? There's a very strong pull, compulsion, obsession. You could even call it addiction, but I don't know if that would be proper. There could be an addiction in other areas in this relationship. Somebody drinks or does some type of mind-altering substances that makes the physical connect. I'm going to get totally banned on YouTube for saying this, but mind-altering substance that just makes the physical connection even stronger. That's just for some of you, not all of you. But there is a very strong, physical thing. I just can't, I keep saying it, but we need to move on. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. Yes. Okay. You and them. There's an awakening happening here about the truth of this relationship. Why isn't this working? Because of the 4 things that we need to have this relationship work, spirit is not at the center of it. Okay? God is not at the center of this relationship. Spirit, the divine, is not at the center. What's at the center is I'm making you my world and you're making me your world, and we don't have spirit up above blessing our union here and guiding us. And that's just a small message for some of you. But the timing just wasn't right for us, okay? And what that means is there's some type of separation that's happening here. And I don't know why, but it feels mostly like you guys need to go through this because there's some kind of an awakening here about this relationship that needs to be acknowledged. Lean on your inner circle this time, during this time. Support. Try something you've never done before. This feels to me like you and your person need to redirect your passions into more constructive. Imagine what you both could do if you were to take all this passion that you both have for one another and channel it into something together. And I'm not talking about a child, but for some of you maybe. But channeling it into having a purpose together, something you both can create and do together that would give this relationship purpose, not just the physical act between you being the only thing you have in common. So that was just a little side note. I don't know why I needed to say that, but that was for somebody. Creating a business together, doing a hobby together, both of you bringing your passions together towards one another so that you have something else other than the SEX is what I feel. Let's get a couple of messages from Loving Words from Jesus. According to your faith, be it unto you. For those of you who like to read scripture, Matthew 9:29. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. And that is Matthew 5:9. So hit up Matthew. Maybe somebody's dealing with a Matthew. All right, let's take a look at the Chinese fortune cookie messages here to see what these messages are for you. These may or may not resonate with the reading, but it's okay. They're little extras. Love life, affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. Maybe after listening to this reading, you'll come to terms with some things. And luck, a sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. Oh, you have intuition. Wow. Trust your intuition. It's a great time to learn a new skill, change careers, or invest money. Assert yourself. Go for what you want. The time is ripe for soulmate connections. Birth of a child is also likely. All right, like I was saying, you know, creating something together. It could be a child. Not for the sake of like, because you need to heal from your passionate addiction towards each other, but for some, that might be very healing. It really just depends, not for all of you. But I feel like a birth of a child is coming through very strongly. But listen, it doesn't just have to be the birth of a child. It could very well be the birth of something new. That I just saw the Empress. You know, that nurturing something together. Okay. Because it's so strange. Look at these two. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. They're both like looking down at each other's groin area. I'm so going to get banned. My sponsors are going to just be like, nope, we're not helping you out with this reading. You know what I mean? Like this is what the passion's all about. I hope you get a kick out of this reading, because sometimes it just come out and I have no idea what's going on. So if that resonates, you know. Wow, a whole bunch came out. What is this? Oh, okay. So strange. Canary. It's a canary. I'm also seeing Twitter. Somebody needs to get off the computer and off social media and stop posting pictures, sexy pictures. I was telling you there's jealousy, okay? And there's a lack of consideration for somebody else. And there's also an energy here of like, it needs to stop putting, I'm just hearing stop putting, this might not be you, Leo. This could be your person. It just depends. But somebody here needs to stop putting all of their dirty laundry about this relationship and everything out for the whole world to see. Just confide in a couple of people seeking support from people who can help you with this situation. We also have the honeybee. Wow. Honeybee is the worker bee. You know what? Again, focusing very much on something that you can create together. We have namaste. Maybe do some yoga together or something along those lines. Or somebody says that, or they have that word wherever they go. Okay. Honey, honey, honey. I just heard that Mariah Carey song, Honey, or a song with the words, oh, honey, like the birds and the bees. Oh my goodness. Somebody needs to just create this baby. I mean, seriously, like a baby needs to be had here. Or there's conception happening here. Somebody's conceiving. There's a coming together. You guys come together this week. Or there's communication. Boom. Be careful if you're not trying to have that happen. Okay. You also have the owl. And there's wisdom. Seek wisdom in this relationship, and a feather. Okay. Wow. Actually, is that a feather? This is like an Indian, Native American Indian feather. It's like created. So I don't know if somebody's Native American. I'm going to pull a couple of more charms here. Or somebody has like a feather. The feather in the hat made me feel of like the Page of Wands, where there's like enthusiasm, red hot enthusiasm. Okay. Oh, and we have unicorn. Yeah. See, you guys, that's what I'm saying. There's this energy of like viewing each other like very special. And look at this, the octopus. You guys are just hands-on. It's insane. There's like tentacles on each other. Like, can't leave each other alone. Like, so special to one another. Like, so hard to believe you're real. I hear somebody saying it's hard. I have a hard time believing you're real. You are my unicorn. Somebody might say that to another person. Octopus. Yep, even this whole reading is very much about that aspect of your relationship that needs to, like, I don't know, it's affecting. Look, here's a footprint. This is a baby footprint. All right, I keep pulling these and it's the same thing over and over. Here's another owl. This is about wisdom. You're both very wise and you're aware. Oh, we have like a padlock here. Yeah, so that I feel like a little chastity is going to be needed, like taking a little break from each other and trying to build your relationship other than the physical. Try to focus more on the other things that are lacking or missing. There is a tremendous amount of love here, for sure. Some of you got a Valentine's love necklace or something for Valentine's Day. And for others, you have, like, focus on love. If you have like a charm, or you need to get a love charm or something, you need to focus on the love, okay? Giving the love. I know it's hard because there's a fear that you're going to be deceived or something, or this person's going to reject you or something. But I feel like focus on the love, the unconditional love. If your person is stuck in this physical thing, you love it. There's no doubt. You love it. But I feel like you need to kind of lead with love with this person and maybe teach them that it's okay, that they can take your cup, that it's not to be, you don't have to be fearful, and that you do care and you would do anything for them, you would marry them. I'm not telling you to go chase them down. I'm just saying when the opportunity arises for you to have that conversation with this person, it wouldn't, give them the truth about how you feel, right? And then if they are still, I don't feel like your person's going to be like running away from that. I feel like they had a lot of betrayals in their past, just like you. And I feel like that's why this person kind of like, okay, well, the sure thing is the physical. And I know I won't get hurt with that. So I feel like the relationship just needs a lot of healing. You've been lied to and deceived in your life and with them at times, and vice versa. Okay, there's a lot of betrayal. But again, like I said, and here we go, new moon in Libra. This person, if you're dealing with a Libra, Leo, this person is, and if not, it doesn't matter. There is a new romantic cycle that will come again between the two of you. There is a new start coming, like I saw. So we'll have to see what happens. This is only for the next 10 days, but I really do wish you all the best here. I know, like, you've got one aspect of this connection down, or have had it down in the past, and that's great, but now it's time to build the others up. You're like an equalizer where it's like the treble's up really, really high, which is that sacral chakra area, and then the other stuff needs to be built up, I feel. And I feel like it will. I feel like your person is going to come around. They're going to come back. That might be your opportunity to, like, tell them, listen, here's the truth of the matter. I feel like you keep betraying me, and we need to have more. You are protected, because here you have the Hamsa. Okay, you are protected here. So I wish you all the best, Leo. Have a wonderful next 10 days. Good luck. Let us know how it works out. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button here on my channel, and go in the description box below if you need a personal reading. And I will speak to you very soon. All right, take care.